shells, the retros, and finally, the big splash. And they are off. In Quick Cash, it's all about the rush for riches. The team that gathers enough cash first will seal the win.
Right you are, Scotty. Time to turn up the heat in this thrilling cash quest.
The Big Splash are accessing Vault 1.
Are you seeing this, Scotty? Our first elimination. This could set the pace for the rest of the match.
Hold on to your Azult bucket hats. Brought to you by Azult. The match is starting to heat up as the Big Splash have started our first cash out. The Big Splash are on the march to victory. Ouch! The Tough Shells suffered a wipeout.
They've been thoroughly tenderized by this experience.
That's right, June. The Tough Shells just made their return to the arena.
Throwing sonar grenade. This is exactly what the Big Splash needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. The Big Splash are applying pressure to Vault 2.
Let's see whether the last member of the Big Splash will attempt a revive. And now the Big Splash's last contestant is trying to avoid elimination and a full team wipe. Cash out set in motion by the Big Splash.
To setting a barricade. Barricade! Check! Pyro grenade out!
As usual, lots of action and destruction awaits as we enter the second half of the match.
Much obliged.
It's all over and going into the books. It's lights out in the arena, just as the spotlight swings to our winners. From all of us here at the finals, thanks for watching. Steamrollers. And finally, the Tough Shells. Let's go, everybody! Quick Cash, the team that is fastest to bank the funds, claims the glory.
Scotty's spot on. Time for the big cash crunch. It's on, Scotty. We've got our first elimination. The action is sure to ramp up now.
This might get crazier than I expected. Oh, this is bad. Just one contestant left for the Tough Shells. The Ultra Rares are placing all of their hopes on their last remaining contestant. The Steamrollers are unrolling Vault 1. Risk of living up to their name, the Ultra Rares are down to one contestant.
Going for cash out A. Secure cash out A. High tail. Heading to cash out station A.
Shells are all fired up. They've started our first cash out. The Tough Shells just left their opponents in the lurch. Get moving! Line up! Let's go there!
This might burn.
The tough shells will need to come back from that wipeout.
Tough beans for them.
This is exactly what the tough shells needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. The tough shells have returned to the arena. Vault 2 is being unlocked by the tough shells. A crucial moment for the ultra rares. One mistake by their last member and they'll get wiped.
This might burn.
Making a move for cash out C.
Cash out in progress thanks to the steamrollers.
This might burn.
Impressive steal by the tough shells. We are halfway through now. The anticipation is driving me crazy. The last member of the tough shells needs to be a tough egg to crack, right, Tamatama? Team wipe calamity for the tough shells.
Throwing a flashbang.
The steamrollers just lifted a cash out. The tough shells are coming back out of their shells. Team respawn.
Using power grenade.
steamrollers are now shifting into a higher gear. That's a cash out by the steamrollers. Oh look! A new vault is ready to be opened! The tough shells are busy busting into Vault 3. That's a blow to the tough shells. Team wiped.
They'll need to hide in their shells for a bit.
Bang on the money! The tough shells have respawned. The tough shells just jump-started a cash out.
Word from our producers that we're about to launch an event. Our contestants better buckle up. If nothing else, our contestants will get some practice for any possible impending apocalypse involving giant fireballs.
contestant. I used to love being in those situations.
We're at the end of this game show event. What a spectacle!
It's all over and going into the books. With fame and fortune on the line today, our contestants sure gave us a great show. We'll see you next time on the finals. The Vogues, the Powerhouses, and finally, the Big Splash. Let's go, everybody! Brace yourselves for the ultimate dash for cash. The first team to reach the cash target will win.
It's all about who can keep their cool in this high-pressure situation, Scotty.
The Big Splash are jumping in, unlocking Vault 1.
Many of the tallest buildings in Seoul have a seismic-resistant design.
Our contestants must be getting to know each other's strengths and weaknesses because we've got our first elimination.
Peacetime is over, folks. for the big splash.
No need for towels. They've been left high and dry.
Shift position.
The big splash are back in action.
Spotted one.
The Vogues are looking to make a name for themselves. First cash out started. Well, there's no backup now for the remaining member of the big splash. Ouch! The powerhouse has suffered a wipeout.
They'll need to recharge now.
Throwing sonar grenade.
The powerhouses are back. Only one contestant left for the powerhouses. They need to avoid a team wipe. This is exactly what the Vogues needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. The Vogues are trying to leave their mark. They're unlocking Vault 2.
Special delivery.
Pyro grenade out.
The powerhouses have kicked off a cash out. Being a single elimination away from a team wipe is nerve-wracking, but I'm sure the powerhouses know how to deal with it.
Sending a frag!
The Big Splash will need to come back for that wipeout.
They'll need to wash away the mistakes they made there.
The Big Splash are rejoining the match.
Toss some fire.
A delicate situation for the Vogues. They're just one elimination away from wiping. It's all over and going into the books. It's lights out in the arena, just as the spotlight swings to our winners. From all of us here at the finals, thanks for watching.
It is really easy to make 1 crore a year. You see, when I was in a job, I used to think that...
So we're back in the finals, and in this video we're going through my personal favourite medium build. We've covered the light build already, and I will be doing a video for a heavy build as well. And when it comes to class, then keep the players that are running light builds with swords and stuff away from you. And also the heavies when they're doing their angry burst with their sledgehammers. So I pretty much use the default build for this. There's nothing else to it. I run the AKM because it's an absolute beast at mid-range, obviously providing you can land your shots. But if you're really, really good at landing...
The medium contestant on the finals is one of the most versatile characters of the three, but if you're still looking for some solid builds, I've got two for you right here. Whether you're catching this during the closed beta or the future closed or open betas, these builds should still be viable barring any huge updates. If you're also looking for light contestant or heavy contestant builds, those videos are here, but let's get into our first medium build. On this one, DPS or all around. Starting with the specialization, we're going to go with that Guardian turret. Even with the slight nerf during the beta, I think the Guardian turret is a super strong play that's really hard to ignore or not pick. When it comes to gun, it's got to be AK. They've even made it a little bit stronger by adding a few more bullets to the magazine. But if you happen to like the pump action grenade launcher, that could also be a viable option. They did pick up a little bit of a buff in the middle of the beta. When it comes to gadgets and utility, it's got to be a jump pad or a zip line. I wouldn't suggest using both. I think they're both fairly good and fairly equal. I think zipline might be a little bit easier for your teammates, especially if you're playing with randoms, to use. I don't trust randoms trying to hit jump pads. I don't. Speaking of something else that got a nerf but is still super strong, I think you got to bring in the defib. Just being able to pick up your teammates quickly is just a huge advantage. Great utility. And then for your last gadget, I suggest either the sonar grenade or the flashbang. I don't love the effect the sonar grenade gives. I think sometimes it's actually a little hard to see the characters after they're tagged, but that knowledge is still super valuable to see where the enemy players are going. Flashbang advantage. Great utility. And then for your last gadget, I suggest either the sonar grenade or the flashbang. I don't love the effect the sonar grenade gives. I think sometimes it's actually a little hard to see the characters after they're tagged, but that knowledge is still super valuable to see where the enemy players are going. Flashbang, not the best flashbang in a game, but you know, if you're using it and then immediately going after whoever you hit with it, it's still pretty effective. Like I said, the medium character is super versatile, so this, while I'm calling this kind of DPS, it really is more of an all-around build. I say DPS because you have that Guardian turret that's going to help you put out extra damage. And, you know, through the beta, the Guardian turret has been super strong. Even though they weakened it a little bit, I think it's still super viable option to take in with you. When it comes to your weapon, that AK putting out solid damage, got a solid magazine size. And while I think it gets a little hectic and I prefer the accuracy of the AK, I think the grenade launcher shouldn't be ignored for its ability to put out damage, especially since the little bit of a buff it got in the middle of the beta. This is a situation where I think that you can probably swap out some of your favorite gadgets. I think you should always have some form of travel utility with the medium. You should not be skipping that jump pad or the zip line, ever. They're too good, it's too useful, especially not only for you, but also as a team player. Similar idea with the defib, it's too strong, it's too useful. They did knock it down so the health regen on it isn't as good, but I still think the ability to pick up your teammates quickly, especially in the middle of a firefight or a cash out situation, I think it's too useful to ignore. You're definitely going to bring the defib with you if you're going to focus on this next build, which is healer. This one might seem a little obvious since heal beam is one of the specializations, and it is the one we'll be using as a healer. I think specifically running healer, while you can do it with randoms, is going to be especially useful when you're playing with teammates you're actually talking to. As a healer, you're going to be trying to stay, healthy and alive yourself, so you're going to want to be playing whatever backline might exist, wherever you might be. With that, taking in the AK, so you have that mid to almost long range, I think it's going to be your best bet for the weapon. If you like it, if it's working for you, I think the revolver is also a decent option. It is one where you just definitely have to be hitting your shots to be effective. As for gadgets, these are all going to sound pretty familiar. I'm going to suggest going specifically with the zipline this time, the defibrillator, of course, and the sonar grenade. I say the zipline specifically because it allows you to get away from a situation faster if you do need to grab your nearest teammate statue and, get out or... The long-awaited finals beta is almost here, but if you didn't play the alpha, you might not know much about it. The heavy character in the finals is about 3 things: damage, destruction, and defense. We've got 2 builds made for all 3. Whether you're catching this during the closed beta or the future closed or open betas, these builds should still be viable, barring any huge updates. And if you're looking for any light or medium build videos, those are there, but let's talk about the heavy. Starting off with what I'm calling the tank build, we're going to run that ground slam specialization. Remember, when you start this from the ground, it turns into a charge that can take you through a wall, other characters, barriers, whatever's in front of you. But when started from the air, it turns into a ground slam attack that has a area of effect once you land. As for guns, we're running the LMG. As for gadgets, of course we're running the RPG. This guide practically writes itself, but I also like to run the barricade and explosive mine. As is with a lot of the gadgets, it's kind of preference what you want to swap out, but I find the barricade really useful for controlling cash out stations and the area around them. And plus, if people haven't played Rainbow Six, they don't know about putting the explosive mine right behind that barricade. I don't mind the C4 for this either. Of course, you can, control and play with those in different ways, but I do like the kind of set it and forget it idea of the explosive mine, and especially now that through the updates I think they're working properly, I think it's a pretty viable option. As for being a tank and putting that damage out effectively, that's why I want to go with the LMG here. You get that accuracy, you get that kind of mid to long range with the heavy that you don't get from those other weapons. The RPG is kind of undeniably good. It's useful for all of the things that an RPG could be useful for. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the damage get nerfed in the future, but as for right now, it's hitting characters effectively, it's, taking out walls, any other barriers effectively, and it's super useful for disrupting cash out stations. Like I said, I found the barricade and explosive mine useful. Barricades, you're going to control either where those other characters will go, or you're just providing a little bit extra cover for you and your teammates for whatever point you're trying to be at. But if you really want to drive home that defensive stance, you can go with the defensive option, starting with switching that specialization to the mesh shield. If you've ever played Overwatch, this is a bit like a Reinhardt shield. It's effectively stopping anything that's coming at the front of your heavy character. Again, with defense, the way we're playing here, using that mesh shield, being in front of your teammates, but also setting up defensive options for them that don't involve you being in front. So the LMG is going to be most useful. You could also probably play back with that grenade launcher. It's become more of I think a mid-range weapon. But you're still going to get detonations off those first bounces. Or, especially if you're in direct contact with your teammate, you can play like your Reinhardt from Overwatch. You can grab the sledgehammer, swapping back between the shield and the sledge. This is how we're going to set this up effectively. Comes down more to our gadgets and communicating with your team that you are short range. And I only suggest this because the sledge, even before it just got a buff, is a pretty effective weapon, especially on small and medium targets. But we're bringing that RPG back. It's just a little too good to ignore, even though we're talking about defense. And we're bringing the barricade back, because like I said, creating those defensive points for your teammates is just a huge advantage. If you have it unlocked, we're going to bring in the dome shield. Right now in the beta, it's locked at a kind of higher level. It's super effective. It did just catch a nerf. You can't move it around after you place it anymore. It's still effectively a secondary mesh shield like your specialization, except, you know, Dome, it's 360. I know neither of these shields last super long, but I think that, you know, they're super effective at especially chaining these back and forth so that you are always able to give your teammates cover. If you don't have the Dome shield, I think the Grenade is a great secondary option. You know, if you're thinking about you line up a Grenade one side, barricade the other side, or just combine those together, you know, you have a lot of coverage. When we have all those shield abilities, I think that's what opens up the opportunity to use the Sledgehammer effectively. Like I said, I do think this needs to be in a comp that you are in communication with your teammates so that they know that you're doing this, A, because I think it takes some team play to make builds like that effective, and, you know, B, that you have no long to mid-range. Like I said, this is defensive. This is you holding down the cash out nearby. I think part of me just wanted to make the Sledgehammer viable, but let me know if that works for you. So what about these builds? Do they sound similar to what you're already using? What, if anything, are you changing when you go in with a heavy character? Let us know down in the comments, or keep it to yourself and stay better, I guess. Again, whether you're catching this during the closed beta or the inevitable future closed or open betas, here are a couple quick builds for the light class in the finals. And if you want maybe a medium or a heavy build, I have videos for the light class at all. It's definitely the fastest character in the game. And while it's not rocket science, here's a build to take advantage of all of that speed. Starting with the specialization, you're going to want to go with the grappling hook or the evasive dash. I feel like both moves are at a pretty good point in the beta right now, so it's going to depend on personal preference. Both will get you up, can get you up high. Evasive dash, if you're a movement kid or you aspire to be, it's going to help you get around and, you know, run circles around some less aware opponents. Evasive dash also doesn't have that kind of startup time that the grappling hook has to kind of take effect and get you moving, but the reach of the grappling hook should not be ignored. When it comes to guns in the speed focus build, I'm running the M11 SMG or the V95 silenced pistol. Personal preference is always going to be a factor, but with this build, we want to focus on getting in and out of situations quickly, doing as much damage as possible fairly quickly, and being able to disengage with that speed. So with that in mind, I think the SMG or the pistol are your best bet. Speaking of personal preference, gadgets really are that. It's going to be whatever you find most useful. You always have to think that those certain canisters are pretty plentiful on the different maps. So do you need to carry a grenade and take up a spot for that specific utility? With that in mind, for my light build made for speed, I'm taking in the breach charge, the glitch grenade, and the goo grenade. I think the breach charge is great utility regardless what kind of build you're trying to run with. As the light character, it's really easy to get in between an adjacent wall, a floor, or to, you know, disrupt a cash out station or a vault. As for that glitch grenade, I think it's a great utility to knock out those abilities your opponents might have, which can be effective for keeping the light contestant alive. Similar idea with the goo grenade, you can use that for cover, you know, put some distance in between you and somebody that might have some more firepower. This style of build is what I played the light character with most. I think the speed is the huge advantage of the character. Being able to get in and out of situations, you know, cause some disruption, cause some confusion, and, you know, make it out with a vault and get away a lot quicker than the other characters can. It's a huge advantage. The only thing is, you know, the character is really weak, so taking advantage of those opportunities to create cover for yourself or to, you know, disable your opponents, I think is super important. The speed build for the light contestant is one I feel is pretty universal, whether you're solo queuing or, you know, you're working with a squad that you're actually communicating with. I think it's something that you can be effective across the board. This next build is going to be the best when you are on the mic with your teammates and actually communicating, calling this the go.
The Socialites, the Steamrollers, the Retros, and finally, the Shock and Awe. Let's go, everybody!
The coin chase is on! Contestants will target our vaults or pick up coins from fallen opponents and then deposit them. The name of the game is Bank It. The ice has been broken. Our first elimination is in the books. I love data.
Hold on to your Azult bucket hats. Brought to you by Azult.
The spoils of a downed contestant are up for grabs. Who'll claim them?
We could see a team wipe on the Shock and Awe. They're down to just one contestant. A new vault in the arena. The ultimate omen of mayhem here at the finals. A bit of virtual catastrophe for the Shock and Awe. Team wiped.
That probably shook them up a bit.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
A contestant is eliminated. Unbanked coins are left behind.
The steamrollers are back on the scene.
Coins have scattered as a contestant is eliminated.
Sending a frag.
There's a new vault to fight for in the arena.
A contestant is down, leaving behind their unbanked coins.
Will the remaining contestant on the steamrollers play it safe or try to make it on our highlight reel? Let's see.
We've got an elimination. Let's see who scoops up those coins.
Oh, a new vault. This is going to get very interesting very fast.
Sending a rocket. Jump.
A contestant just lost their coins after an elimination.
Sending a frag. It's rocket time.
A contestant just got eliminated and their coins can be retrieved.
Crucial moment for the socialites if they want to avoid a team wipe. Just one contestant left. The socialites will need to reboot. Team wiped. The socialites are rejoining the match. Coins banked by the steamrollers. And just like that, a new vault has appeared in the arena. Boom! The steamrollers just locked in some earnings. Good job!
Flashbang out. Using a flashbang.
Oh, there's been a deposit, folks. Ka-ching for the socialites.
Throwing a frag.
A shiny new vault just spawned, June. Let's see who gets to it first. The shock and awe are dangerously close to a full team wipe. Just one member still in the arena.
Down goes a contestant. Their lost coins are now up for the taking.
show who will get to the new vault first. A contestant is down, and they're leaving a whopping cache of coins behind.
I see an enemy.
The socialites will need to come back from that wipeout.
That's not how you should RSVP to a party, Scotty.
Spot on, June. Half of this match has been played now. The competition is getting fierce. A new vault just appeared. Let's see who grabs that cash.
Trouble over there. Careful.
A contestant has been eliminated and their coins have spilled.
RPG en route.
Uh-oh, only one contestant left for the socialites.
Ouch! Contestant down and unbanked coins spilled.
A team-wide mishap for the socialites.
From the Rumorville, the socialites have been wiped
And there's another vault available for our cash-hungry teams. The socialites have dusted themselves off and are ready to party again. Team respond!
A contestant is down. Let's see who'll pick up their coins.
Absolutely shocking in the best way possible. The shock and awe deposited their way to the win. On behalf of our sponsors, thanks for tuning in. overdogs, the ultra rares, the shock and awe, and finally, the live wires. And they are off!
As usual, our eliminated contestants will burst into a pile of coins, but here in Bank-It, those coins can be picked up and deposited. Finders keepers.
Many of the total have a 5% inside, so there's nothing to worry about, right?
We could be witnessing the birth of new rivalries here. We've got our first elimination.
The battle lines are drawn.
A contestant is down. Their coins are up for grabs and banking.
The overdogs will need to reboot. Team wiped.
Now it's sent to the kennel.
The shock and awe's last contestant needs to stay focused on avoiding a team wipe.
A contestant is down. Let's see who'll pick up their coins.
Our contestants better not leave that unattended for too long.
The spoils of a downed contestant are up for grabs. Who will claim them?
The ultra rares have returned to the arena. Down goes a contestant. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to stash that fortune. Someone else might, though. This is the perfect time to shine for the last remaining contestant on the live wires. A shiny new vault just spawned, June. Let's see who gets to it first. It just scattered. Rocking away. A wipeout and a setback for the ultra rares.
Anomaly for the ultra rare. Save this fight.
Those coins are stacking up. Great deposit from the overdogs. The ultra rares just made their return to the arena.
There.
There's a new vault to fight for in the arena.
Group grenade set. A contestant is down and their coins scattered.
now, June. They're down to a single contestant. I love this part of our show. Who will get to the new vault first?
Down goes a contestant. Their lost coins are now up for the taking.
Those coins are stacking up. Great deposit from the live wires. A new vault in the arena. The ultimate omen of mayhem here at the finals. The Shock and Awe are depending on their last member to keep them in the game.
We've got an elimination. Let's see who scoops up those coins.
Enemy spotted.
Oh, a new vault! This is going to get very interesting very fast.
A contestant is down, leaving behind their unbanked coins.
We're halfway through the match, and I bet the sponsors are impressed with the play so far. Oh, goodness! A contestant full up with coins has just been shown the door. Money may not grow on trees, but a new vault just appeared in the arena.
One team is nearing victory. Any contestant with a lot of coins could be a quick target to a game-ending deposit. It's a pressure cooker. One member of the Ultra Rares is jingling louder than a cash register. They've become a moving treasure trove and a potential jackpot for rivals.
The Shock and Awe are in trouble, but don't count them out just yet. They still have one contestant left. Yowza! That's a contestant eliminated and a sudden coin bonanza for the rest. Team calamity for the Shock and Awe.
Probably shook them up a bit.
Right you are! Ah, I love the smell of a fresh vault in the arena.
to a dangerously hefty sum of coins. As our viewers can see, their coin trail gets longer the bigger that fortune becomes.
Adversity for the overdogs. Wipeout.
I'm positive they'll do better next time.
The overdogs, they win.
Now, the Kingfish, the Vogues, and finally, the Jet Setters. Let's go, everybody!
Proceed to Vault 1. On me.
Get ready for a mad cash chase to the magic number. Let's watch our contestants hustle, gather, and triumph in quick cash.
Exactly, Scotty. Let's see who rises to the occasion.
The Jet Setters are piercing Vault 1.
And with that encounter, we've got our first elimination.
This is what it's all about, partner.
Charging for cash out speed.
They've started our first cash out.
Throwing some poison.
The Jet Setters have refueled and are climbing again.
Pyro grenade out.
claim to the top spot. Fantastic steal by the Kingfish.
Smoke alert! Lynch grenade out!
Uh-oh, only one contestant left for the Jet Setters. Looks like a team wipeout for the Jet Setters.
That's a rough landing, if I ever saw one, Scotty.
The Jet Setters are back! Team respawned! This is exactly what the Kingfish needed. They've pocketed our first cash out. The Kingfish are tapping into Vault 2.
Going to that spot!
Cash out underway thanks to the Kingfish.
Missile burn!
Only one engine is operational for the Jet Setters. They'll want to avoid a team wipe. Misfortune for the Jet Setters. Team wiped.
Well, the exits are here, and here. Team wipe. Deploying jump pad.
The Jet Setters are back in play. It's all over, folks. That's a wrap. And now we celebrate as one team of contestants becomes a group of rising stars. Thanks again to our sponsors and to our viewers at home.